A little bit of a different video today. Today I'm actually going to make something meta-relevant, impossible. Contrary to popular belief, I don't only play gladiator beasts. Today you will call me the professor because I'm going to tell you how this ban list affects things in the metagame. And I'm also going to make a little tier list at the end. Cards to be unlimited first. This is missing MX Saber Invoker, but I will mention it as well. First of all, I don't think any of these cards will have a big impact. Yeah, MX Saber Invoker. That one is a bit more difficult to say for sure, but I also don't expect it to have much of an impact in the foreseeable future. Let's look it up real quick. So it's any 2 level 3s, and once per turn you can detach one material from this card to special summon 1 level 4 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior monster from your deck in defense position, but you destroy it during the end phase. I don't know, let's look up Tri-Brigade Lyrilusk. So the only level 3 they play, they don't play a level 3. Lyrilusks, they only play level 1s, so I don't think this will have much of an impact. Maybe there will be some degenerate FTK strategy that's super inconsistent, but otherwise I don't see this having much of an effect. Cards to be semi-limited. So Blaster goes from 1 to 2. Doesn't matter. Pot of Extravagance from 3 to 2. Yeah, I mean this card is really strong. It was bound to happen. It's just the consistency hit for many decks like Labyrinth, Fluenderees. So yeah, consistency hit. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer from 1 to 2. I'm not sure, I'm not that knowledgeable about Pendulum. I don't think anyone really is, because Pendulum kinda just sucks ass. Like, aggressively sucks ass. I don't think this will push Pendulums over the edge to being actually viable. I'm sure Pendulum players are happy. Let them be happy, I suppose. And now, cards to be limited. This is the juicy stuff. This is where branded players cry. I don't think this is as bad as many people make it out to be. I think branded can play just fine with only one. You cannot search it afterwards, but it's not like branded is missing cards to search, like good cards to search. Branded in red, branded in white, branded banishment, branded lost, whatever. There's so much you can search that it's just good. On top of that, you can recycle the card with like a tragedy or with retribution. Grass looks greener. It's one of those cards, if you have it in your hand, it's busted. If you don't, it's fucking ass, because you're playing a 60 card deck without grass in your hand. Carry back from 2 to 1. This is relevant because if we scroll down later, we will see that Agido is banned. Means worse mills, consistency hit for tier. Also means if you have a Keldo or Mudora in your hand, you're way less likely to draw into Kelbeck. So less free bodies for tier element. Yeah, it's a very impactful hit. It's going to reduce tier's power level quite considerably. Sprite Jet from 2 to 1. This is going to actually be relevant, I think. Like, people say this isn't going to be that big of a deal because there's always going to be other level 2s, but Sprite Jet is one of the more important level 2s for Sprite. Blue and Jet are obviously the most important ones, and limiting it to 1 means that Sprite's grind game is getting worse, and they're getting less searches for spells like Gamma Burst or the other one, the Trap. I forgot its name. If you're playing Dragon Link or Branded Bestial against Sprite, if you can get rid of their Jet in the grave, they have no way to get it back. They will never be able to search for spells again, which means their kill potential is drastically lower. I see this hit being relevant enough for people to start playing Cat Shark again. Otherwise, Swap Frog from 2 to 1. Basically, how I see this is that Sprite players are going to stop playing the Swap Frog engine. This hurts, but I think the Sprite Jet hit is more impactful. Cards to be forbidden. So Orongo, fuck this card. They should have banned this card when they banned VFD, True King of All Calamities. Agido banned, as I said before. Big hit for tier relevant. Bishbalkin is Bishbal gone. Like, this card is gone. It's just an FTK card. It's degenerate. No one needs it. Yeah, fuck this. Block Dragon. Yes, finally. This card is so ass. Like, this card is basically Math Max Circular for rocks. I'm happy about it. Fuck this card. And Merly from 2 to 0. This is a very, very impactful hit. You lose a third of your fusions. It means you don't get the Link 2s, like Sprite Elf and Sprite Sprint, which also means you're most likely not going to play Diviner of Herald, which then again means you're probably not going to be playing Baron, and also possibly not playing Beatrice. I see people playing Copium in their decks now, playing stuff like King of the Swamp, like the other King of the Swamp, whatever, like some fusion substitutes. So yeah, we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and goodbye, because no one's gonna be playing that. From left to right, I'd Emancipator. This is goodbye. This deck is dead without Block Dragon. This is Naturia Runic. I also have Normal Runic over here. I think Naturia Runic is going to be solid. Like, I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be up here, tier 2. I think it's gonna do quite well. I think it's gonna be quite decent. And I think it's gonna be like probably the strongest Runic variant. This Runic is other Runic variants. I think Runic in general is just gonna get a boost. I think this is gonna be the best one, Naturia Runic. I think the best deck After the ban list is going to probably be Dragon Link. It just didn't get hit at all. All the other stuff got hit, like all the other good stuff. So I think this is gonna be the strongest deck for a while. Floowandereeze, tier 3, it's gonna be unchanged. This shit is never gonna leave. You're always going to have to suffer the birds. Sword Soul is gonna be pretty strong. This deck did not get hit at all. I'm just thinking, is it gonna be tier 3 or 2? I'm gonna put it in tier 2. I think it's gonna be pretty strong. Branded, as I said earlier, I don't think the Branded Fusion hit is as impactful as people pretend it is. I think it's gonna be a solid deck in tier 2. Punk. Anyway, I think tier 3. Math Mech, I like this deck. I enjoy Math Mech Circular. It's like the Block Dragon of Cybers. I think it's gonna get a boost from Tier Element getting shafted. Branded is gonna be weaker, but Bestials are as they were. And Bestials are really the thing that keeps Math Mech from like being insane. If people opt to play something like Chaos Hunter, this deck could be up here or down here. I'm not sure. I will put Math Mech in tier 3 for now. Rika is unhit. It's very strong. I think Rika is really undervalued. I think it's a strong tier 2. Sprite, I think, is also among the strongest decks after this ban list. I think the Jet hurts. I still think that they're gonna find a way to make magic happen, you know? They're gonna find that magic. Kashtira, I think, is rogue right now. The only good matchup they really had was Tier Element, because if they get lucky, they just unicorn your kit, and the Tier Element player is gonna be left just crying in the corner because they can't do anything. Labyrinth, I think it's just really strong, tier 2. Maybe it's even stronger in Master Duel because people can't side for it the same way you cannot side for Runic. And Tier Element is not gonna be here anymore. Tier Element is not tier 1. But is it gonna be tier 2? No. It will not be tier 2. I think the hits, like the Ishizu hits, the Merly ban, is gonna be way too impactful to make it be tier 2. I think it's gonna chill at tier 3. Because the stuff they can do, like they still play on your opponent's turn. That doesn't change, really. I just don't think that playing with your opponent's turn is gonna be strong enough to save them from the Merly ban. Yeah. That's basically it.